Day 4, as I tend to, for whatever reason, end up in a grocery store, almost every day of the week. They didn't have Reese's Puffs, but they did have Captain Crunch peanut butter and chocolatey crunch on sale. And I made my own version of Reese's Puffs, which I'm about to dig into. Yeah, pretty good. This is fucking good. Every damn day, I'm gonna drop a fucking piece of Captain Crunch, probably. And I'm gonna eat it off the floor. What I wanted to talk about today is moderation. NPR put up this article yesterday, they ran a story about these billboards, these anti-cheese billboards. And as a vegan, okay. But this is my problem with talking about completely cutting out particular foods out of people's diets and demonizing these foods so that it creates an adverse relationship with food for that individual who sees that ad and is someone who eats cheese. The ad, if you haven't seen it, is your abs on cheese, and it's, you know, this guy, a guy with a huge gut, or something. There's another one, you know, your whatever on cheese, and talking about how cheese is the reason people get fat. Cheese is the cause of many, many problems in terms of factory farming, animal treatment, animal cruelty, you know, all of that, of which I am clearly someone who gives a fuck about, you know? But what I also don't think is fair is spinning your beliefs into an agenda that perpetuates certain myths and ideas that, for all intents and purposes, are untrue. And that goes with both sides of this campaign, just like the anti, you know, non-dairy milk ads that have been coming out. And it's also interesting to me that a lot of these articles talk about, you know, these regulations, the USDA wanting to do this and that and that, when it is, in fact, the government who is perpetuating this overconsumption of cheese. I mean, Google dairy management and then connect the dots between the government, the USDA, and the dairy industry, and why there is 4 times the amount of cheese on a Domino's pizza you can get? Well, I don't know. Back to my main point. There are lots of reasons to eat whole foods. There are lots of reasons to not eat processed foods. But to say that one specific food is what makes someone fat is bullshit. It is bullshit. What makes people fat is intaking more calories than you burn at such a number that you start to put on fat. 2,000 calories is 2,000 calories wherever they come from, in terms of body composition. In terms of body composition. In terms of overall health, yeah, there are certain reasons you should get the majority of your calories from whole foods. Certain nutrients, vitamins, things like that you need to function on a day-to-day basis. However, you know, if you wake up in the morning and you eat oatmeal, and then for lunch you have a salad with some tofu or what have you, whatever your dietary preferences are, and then for dinner you know, some broccoli, some Brussels sprouts. With, God, fuck. With with some protein source or what have you. And then, an hour later, you sit down and you have a fucking cookie. As long as you're within your calorie needs, you're not gonna fucking put on any weight. In fact, you can lose a lot of weight by eating processed foods if you're under your calorie needs. I feel like a broken record talking about this. I blog about it all the time. I tell everyone I know this, and people don't want to fucking hear it. And the reason this really fucking grinds my gears with this cheese thing is that people are applauding this. These scare tactics, you know. Saying, this is your abs on cheese, isn't telling anyone anything other than don't eat cheese. But I'm not gonna tell you why you're getting fat from eating cheese, quote unquote, supposedly, whatever. I'm just gonna scare you into not doing something. Not educational. It's not fucking helpful. In the end, if this person is consuming too many fucking calories in the first place, they're just gonna replace cheese with something else and they're gonna maintain their weight. And that isn't helping anyone. It's really not. Because you're lying to people to, you know, say certain things that you believe to be the right way to live. And this is something that I personally believe. Not everyone has to be vegan. I never will ask that of the world. I will never ask someone to, you know, go vegan or don't be my friend, or go vegan or don't talk to me. Because scaring someone into your beliefs isn't the best way to go about it. Actually, it's the wrong way to go about it. Scare tactics and being overly aggressive to get someone to do something that you think is better for them is not how it works. It's not. Big difference between educating someone and badgering them. You have to see things from their point of view, even if you don't agree with their point of view. You know? If you want more allies, you're gonna win them by being kind and compassionate and considerate and understanding than you are by, you know, beating them over the head with bullshit. I don't know. This is an area, this is an opinion of mine that people don't like to fucking hear. I'm not saying that people shouldn't go vegan if they want to. Duh. What I am saying is if you want to make changes in your life to be healthier, to be fitter, and being vegan isn't necessarily how you want to go about it, but like say you don't want to be eating cheese anymore, or you don't want to eat red meat, or you don't want to eat chicken, or you don't want to eat eggs, but sometimes you want to have one or the other. Any change you make that is positive and that is influenced because you have become interested in food justice or food activism it's a step forward, and it's a good thing. And don't ever let anybody fucking tell you otherwise. Don't let any militant motherfucker who say, you know, 100% or nothing at all, because that's not true. It's not true. Because if that was the mentality, nobody would ever fucking go vegan, or there would be no progress, you know? I used to laugh and, like, be really, really turned off by things like meatless Mondays at restaurants. But you know what? That's one fucking meal that someone isn't consuming animal products in. And, you know, you might say it's only one meal, but you know what? That one meal is better than none in that person's diet, in their daily practices. So what would you rather have, you know? That's my question for the day. What would you rather have? A world where people voluntarily, and therefore are more likely to continue to do this, decrease their consumption and reliance on factory farms, or even if they stop eating meat twice a week, something like that. Or would you rather them keep doing what they're doing, in which they're doing it every fucking day? You know? There are always going to be people like myself and whoever that are very passionate about what they do and are going to stick to their guns and live a vegan lifestyle. Not in just how they eat, but in not buying animal products. You know, and they wash their hair, doing all of these things. And then there are going to be other people who, I hate to say it, just don't give a shit. Or aren't as passionate about it. But they do make these changes, even if they're small. And they add up. You know? It is true. One person can't change the world. So yeah, one person only, decreasing their animal product consumption by 20%. But when 10 people do that, it's a big difference. As opposed to when none of them do it, because we're all fucking in their face, yelling and screaming at them. The best way to go about it is not that fucking billboard. It's not that billboard. It's not lying, perpetuating myths, creating stigma, demonizing, and being an asshole. Educate, understand, listen, be compassionate, and then fucking do something about it. Again. Of QVC. Today was fucking awesome, actually. I had that little rant, sorry about that, before going to lift, and it kind of put me in a crush, kill, destroy mindset. Check my log, or you can follow me on Photocracy. Do it. But yeah, it was really great. I got insane pump today. I don't know, all around in the gym felt really fucking awesome. Good energy, really good energy. No crash, no nothing. Still going pretty strong. I guess a word, now I've calmed down, a little caveat about my rant in the beginning part of this video. I just have a problem with people with certain approaches to getting people to think the way you do. It's really hard when you're telling them everything about their life is wrong, and in doing so you're also not giving them all of the facts. And I'm not saying that, the dairy industry isn't a horrible institution. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm also not saying that it's okay to not give all of the information to someone so they can make a conscious and well-informed decision about their actions, which is a big problem in this country anyway. I mean, from the top tier all the way down to some activists. And I understand that we want more people on our side, but I also think, and this I know puts me in the minority, but I also think that if you're a member of, the food justice movement, which I would like to think, if you're vegan, you are, that you see that it's not just about animal rights, but it's also about human rights and accessibility and privilege and things like that in the environment. That you will see other people as your ally. Even if you don't agree with them 100%, they are working towards the same goals, which is, not being dependent upon factory farms, the big ag and all of the things like that. And that's important. The unification of, small, enclaves of the food justice movement is really important. And I think it is good that we have a specific area in which we are the most passionate about, but we do need to see each other as allies. And I think that if we all went about it in a way that was less us versus them, it'd be even better, to attack the same issues from different fronts, but to see each other as working towards the same goals. I think that's a good place to end this log.